Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Muna Tira Vanachariya Muna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari 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 Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari 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 Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Vrajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Vrajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivrajaka Sariyastarasthita Shri Srimad Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivrajaka Sariyastarasthita Shri Srimad Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada Ki Jai. Anand Kuri Vaishnavani Ki Jai. Namacharya Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem Se Koshi Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Gaura Bhakta Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gop Gopinath Shama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhana Ki Jai. Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Mathura Dham Ki Jai. Navadi Dham Ki Jai. Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai. Gangamai Ki Jai. Yamunamai Ki Jai. Turustevi Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Harinam Sankirtan Yagya Ki Jai. Kirandara Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai. Samavaita Bhaktabinda Ki Jai. Nidai Gaura Premanandi. Hari 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 Bol. All glories to the Assambodhivaris. Hare Krishna. All glories to the Assambodhivaris. Hare Krishna. All glories to the Assambodhivaris. Hare Krishna. All glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. Stay able to Srimad Bhaktivedanta Swami Namani Namaste. Saraswati Devi Gauravani Vrajari Nani Visheshunamani Bhakti. Hare Krishna, everybody. Please write Hare Krishna into the comment section. We're also streaming on YouTube. Srinivas Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Shamdai Mataji, Manish. Markunse, Hare Krishna. Very nice. Morgan. Ganesha, Ganapati. Ekanatha Mataji, Haribol, nice. Anybody else? So Sachin Deshmukh a little earlier, Hare Krishna Prabhu. Neil Prabhu, Hare Krishna as usual. All the stalwarts. But some of the stalwarts left also. Anyway. On YouTube we have absolutely zero 0 viewers. Maybe they'll come later. We haven't been streaming for a long time, so everybody left. Share. Tag people. Expand the bliss. Supriya Devi, Hare Krishna, Supriya. Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
We're reading from the 3rd canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 16, text 12. 3:16-12. Tanme sva bhartur avasayam alakshamanau.
Tame Swabatir Avasham Lakshmana.
Yusmad vyatikrama gatim pratipadya sadya. Bhuyo mamantikam itam tat anugraho me. Yat kalpatam achirato bhartayor vivasaha.
Tanme Swabatir Avasham Alakshmana.
Tanme sva bhartur avasayam alakshamanau.
Yasmad Vyatikrama Katim Pratipadya Sadyaha.
Yusmad vyatikrama gatim pratipadya sadyaha.
Bhuyo Mamantikam Idam Tad Anugrahame.
Bhuyo mamantikam itam tat anugraho me.
Yat Kalpatam Achirato Bhrittayor Vivasaha.
Yat kalpatam achirato bhartayor vivasaha.
Tanme sva bhartur avasayam alakshamanau.
Tanme sva bhartur avasayam alakshamanau.
Yushmad vyatikrama gatim pratipadya sadyaha.
Yusmad vyatikrama gatim prapita sadyaha.
Bhuyo mamantikamitam tad anugraho me.
Bhuyo mamantikam itam tat anugraho me.
Yad kalpatam achirato pritayo vivasaha.
Yat kalpatam achirato bhartayor vivasaha.
Tanme sva bhartur avasayam alakshamanau.
Tanme sva bhartur avasayam alakshamanau.
Yusmad vyatikrama gatim pratipadya sadyaha.
Yusmad vyatikrama gatim pratipadya sadyaha.
Bhuyo mamantikam itam tad anugraho me.
Bhuyo mamantikam itam tat anugraho me.
Yat kalpatam achirato pritayor vivasaha.
Yat kalpatam achirato bhartayor vivasaha. Hare Krishna to Gerot Karuna Sutta Robinson. Hare Krishna Prabhu. We'll be back on TikTok very soon. Tat, therefore, me, my, Svabartu, of their master, Avasayam, the intention, Alakshamanau, not knowing, Yusmat, against you, Vyatikrama, offense, Gatim, result, Pratipadya, reaping, Sadyaha, immediately, Bhuyaha, again, Mamantikam, near me, Itam, obtain, Tat, that, Anugraha, a favor, Me, to me, Yat, which, Kalpatam, let it be arranged, Achirataha, not long, Bhartayo, of these two servants, Vivasaha, exile. Translation: these servants of mine have transgressed against you, not knowing the mind of their master. I shall therefore deem it a favor done to me if you order that, although reaping the fruit of their transgression, they may return to my presence soon, and the time of their exile from my abode may expire before long. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. From this statement we can understand how anxious the Lord is to get His servitor back into Vaikuntha. This incident therefore proves that those who have once entered a Vaikuntha planet can never fall down. The case of Jai and Vijay is not a fall down, it is just an accident. The Lord is always anxious to get such devotees back again to the Vaikuntha planets as soon as possible. It is to be assumed that there is no possibility of a misunderstanding between the Lord and the devotees. But when there are discrepancies or disruptions between one devotee and another, one is to suffer the consequences, although that suffering is temporary. The Lord is so kind to His devotees that He took all the responsibility for the domain's offense and requested the sages to give them facilities to return to Vaikuntha as soon as possible. Om Agyantirinandasya Yanajanashalakyam Chakshunan Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. I was born in the darkness of ignorance, and my spiritual master is Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada has opened my darkened eyes. With the torchlight of knowledge, I offer my humble obeisances unto His lotus feet. Jai Shri Prabhupada. Supriya Devi, this is 3rd canto, 16th chapter, text 12. Okay? 3:16:12, and Hare Krishna to Gabriela. Oh, glory to Srila Prabhupada. Ashu Rajput also, Hare Krishna. Okay, thank you. So, Krishna says, these servants have transgressed against you, not knowing the mind of their master. I shall therefore deem it a favor done to me if you order that, although reaping the fruit of their transgression, they may return to my presence soon, and the time of their exile from my abode may expire before long. So the gatekeepers to Vaikuntha, Jai and Vijay, they have offended the 4 Kumaras who were also devotees. Prabhupada says here, it is to be assumed that there is no possibility of a misunderstanding between the Lord and the devotees. But when there are discrepancies or disruptions between one devotee and another, one has to suffer the consequences, although that suffering is temporary. Hare Krishna. Anjali Mataji. Srila Prabhupada writes in one letter, he says that there is no question of any conflict amongst us. If there is a conflict, that means either one party is insincere or both are insincere. If you are trying to follow Krishna, trying to serve Krishna to the best of your ability, and I'm trying to serve Krishna also, there should be no conflict of interest. Just like if you throw stone or stones into one particular spot, the exact spot, they will create ripples, but these ripples will not clash with one another. The clash is there on account of personal agenda, selfish agenda. So, because devotees, they don't have any personal agenda, they have no conflicts. However, there are transcendental conflicts also. In the spiritual world, there is a whole party. There are two parties in Goloka Vrindavan. The Radharani party and the Chandravali party. The left wing gopis and the right wing gopis. And these two teams, they compete. They have a conflict. The difference is that they compete who is going to serve Krishna better. That is a transcendental conflict. Who's going to satisfy Krishna better? Who's going to distribute more books? Who's going to make more tasty prasadam? Who's going to chant more attentively? Who's going to read more Prabhupada's books? This sort of conflict or competition is bona fide, because again, it does not disrupt. The more Krishna is served, the better everybody feels. So this seems to be a similar problem between devotees, between two parties of devotees who actually have been sincere, and this misunderstanding came about by accident. So Prabhupada says the case of Jai and Vijay is not a fall down, it is just an accident. Hare Krishna, Krishna Das Madhav Prabhu, Upendra, Danny. So we should analyze what Krishna says here, or Narayan says here. He says that they did not know the mind of their master. They did not know the mind of their master. They were following the instruction to protect Vaikuntha from, intruders who are not qualified to enter. But they could not understand that the four Kumaras were devotees. So they were allowed to enter. Narayan would immediately allow them to come. So although they were acting on behalf of Narayan, still they were wrong. They could not understand the essence of the instruction. So Prabhupada, he says in the Bhagavad Gita, can you just hand me the Bhagavad Gita? Tadviri pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya uparikshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshinaha. Thank you. Just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master, inquire from him submissively, and render service unto him. The self-realized spiritual master will impart knowledge unto you because he has seen the truth. So in the purports to this very important shloka about accepting a guru, Prabhupada says, one must be able to pass the test of the spiritual master. A little early on, satisfaction of the self-realized spiritual master is the secret of advancement in spiritual life. Not simply we should follow the instruction of the spiritual master, but we should follow in such a way that it will give him satisfaction. Okay? That is the goal of following the order of the spiritual master, to make him satisfied. In the prayers of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, it is mentioned, Chaturvida Shri Bhagavat Prasada. The spiritual master enjoys when the devotees are partaking Krishna Prasadam. That is his satisfaction. When the devotees are honoring prasad, that is his satisfaction. It is not that the spiritual master is some kind of an impersonal entity who does not have any satisfaction or dissatisfaction. Yasyat prasadat bhagavat prasadat. Yasyat aprasadat nagati kutopi. By satisfying the Guru, one satisfies Krishna. That is why it's important. Not that we end with the Guru. When the Guru, why the Guru is satisfied? Because Krishna is satisfied. He's not satisfied on his own. He is satisfied because he knows that it gives satisfaction to Krishna. Krishna also enjoys when the devotees partake Krishna Prasadam. You can see this in the Krishna book, how Krishna goes into the forest with the cowherd boys, and then they sit down and they eat together very nicely. So this is the guiding principle. Guiding principle in spiritual life. And Prabhupada says here, it is the secret of advancement. Secret because it is not so easy to understand what will satisfy the spiritual master. Just like here, Krishna says that they could not understand the mind of their master. Prabhupada says that there are 3 types of disciples. The first class disciple, he will fulfill the order of the spiritual master. Even the spiritual master does not actually articulate the order. He's so expert that he can understand the mind of the Guru. That is a first class disciple. He understands the mind of the Guru. Let's say the Guru wants an orange juice. So the first class disciple, he will supply orange juice, even the spiritual master didn't ask for it. See, this also defeats this idea of a living Guru philosophy. Because those who advocate for such nonsense ideas, they say that, you must inquire, you must get confirmation, authorization from the Guru for everything you do. Yes, because you're a 10th class disciple. That's why you need that. But a first class disciple understands the mind of the Guru. So it's irrelevant whether the Guru is physically present or is giving any instructions even. Of course, he can only understand the mind of the Guru by hearing from him. But it's not that we have to hear continuously about everything and without any assimilation. Some assimilation, some realization should be there. The second class disciple, he must hear. The Guru must say, give me the orange juice. Then the second class disciple, he will supply. He must be told. He doesn't understand the mind. Just like here, Jai and Vijay. They could not understand. They were simply following the order blindly. And a third class disciple, even the Guru says, do it. He will not do it. Actually, he is not a disciple. Because a disciple follows the order of the spiritual master. That is the definition of a disciple. If the disciple disobeys, if the disciple does not want to follow or neglects the order of the spiritual master, then he's not a disciple. He's a rascal who's taking advantage of the mercy of the Guru, but does not serve him. So Prabhupada says this satisfaction is the secret of advancement. Now, how do we dispel this secret? How do we decode this secret? Inquiries and submission constitute the proper combination for spiritual understanding. So inquiries should be there. We should inquire. The Jai and Vijay, they should have inquired. Yes, we will not let anyone in. But suppose the 4 Kumaras come. Should we let them in or should we keep them out? That is your duty, to inquire about the details of the service, so you know that it will satisfy the Guru. We're not so perfect that we can immediately understand everything. We must understand, we must admit, yes, I am faulty, I make mistakes. Better you ask twice than do something that is bogus once. Unless there is submission and service, inquiries from the learned spiritual master will not be effective. So when the Guru gives us instruction, then we should also accept it. Many people, they come, they ask, Purujit, is this like this, it's like that, how is it, where's the proof? So you must be also ready to accept the instruction, follow and surrender. Simply asking and no practical work, no practical service, that will also not be successful. You see? So you need combination of both. Inquiry, don't follow blindly. At the same time, you must be submissive. You cannot go on challenging forever and ever and ever. The Guru is not your servant. Even one time, some devotee was asking Srila Prabhupada a question, and Prabhupada says, the answer is in my books. Don't use me as a dictionary. Because a dictionary you have, the terms are mentioned and translations are given. So you can look it up. The Prabhupada says, I'm not a dictionary. Everything is in a book. Don't waste my time. If there's something in a book that you don't understand, then okay, you can ask me, you can clarify. But everything is in a book. This is transcendental knowledge. Nothing is missing. It's complete, Purnam. Just like Krishna is Purnam, the knowledge of Krishna is also Purnam. Purnam means complete. Complete and perfect. So it is only because of your imperfect understanding, imperfect perception, imperfect assimilation, you find some difficulty to understand. But the knowledge is clear. Your consciousness is not clear. One must be able to pass the test of the spiritual master. And when he sees the genuine desire of the disciple, he automatically blesses the disciple with genuine spiritual understanding. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Srila Prabhupada's spiritual master, he devised such a test. Whenever someone wanted to join the math means a temple, Gaudiya Math temple, he would say, okay, go in the kitchen and wash this tower of pots. He would say, I want to join a math, I want to be a preacher, I want to be a brahmana. Okay, good. Go in the kitchen and wash those pots. So many men, they became fed up. Oh, I want to be a big scholar. Why should I do the Shudra work? Washing pots in the kitchen. No. This is nonsense. This is math. I will go away. Narada Muni also tested his disciple. Dhruva Maharaj was a 5-year-old boy, and he was performing such a severe austerity that the gates of the universe started choking. The whole universe was in trouble because of his austerity. So Narada Muni, he came and he told him, please go home. Maybe I'm mistaking this. Maybe this was when Narayan appeared. That's where the universe... No, yes, Narada Muni came. So Narada Muni, he said, little boy, what are you doing here? Dhruva Maharaj said, I want to see Vishnu. That's why I'm making these austerities. I want to see Vishnu. So Narada Muni has said, oh, you're a little boy. Wait until you grow up. Go home. Later on, you can come and practice austerity. So Dhruva Maharaj, he said, sir, unless you tell me how to see Vishnu, I don't want to hear any instruction from you. Please go away. So Narada Muni at that point was very pleased. Yes, this is a serious disciple. But he was testing him. See, he said, go home. Sometimes the spiritual master, he can test. Even I found a statement where Prabhupada says that the spiritual master can mislead on purpose. When it's necessary, just like Lord Buddha. That was necessary to mislead the people at that time. Lord Buddha rejected the Vedas. So, that was not an instruction for all time. That was temporarily because people were misusing the message of the Vedas. So he denied. No more Vedas. It's all nonsense. So the spiritual master, sometimes he might do that. Just like sometimes we cheat a child because the child doesn't want to take medicine. So we wrap the medicine in some laddu or something, some sweet. And then we give him the laddu. And he thinks that, oh, there's no medicine. The laddu is very nice. So you eat it and then he digests the medicine as well. So we must know how to pass the test of the spiritual master. Then his blessings are automatic. It doesn't require physical presence. Prabhupada says he automatically blesses the disciple with genuine spiritual understanding. That is real initiation. To have genuine spiritual understanding. That will hold you, that will stay with you. Genuine spiritual understanding. The Brahmin thread that you get at your initiation may break. But genuine spiritual understanding, realization, assimilation, that lasts. Not only for this life, but even for the next life. It will continue. I heard that these shlokas, Bhagavad Gita shlokas, if you learn, in your next life, it will be easier for you to learn these particular shlokas that you learn in this life. That's why sometimes we have not so much difficulty to learn one shloka, but we have great difficulty to learn another shloka. See, there's an indication that we learned that shloka in our previous life. There is no diminution, there is no loss or diminution in this endeavor of Krishna consciousness, Krishna says. And it can save you from the greatest fear. So there's never any loss. So we should be very eager to get that genuine spiritual understanding from the spiritual master. How do we get it? We must pass the test of the spiritual master. We must understand What will satisfy him? That is the test. In this verse, both blind following and absurd inquiries are condemned. You see, so both are condemned. Useless inquiries, people asking questions simply for the sake of asking, and blind following, they're both condemned. We don't condemn questions. Every class we ask any questions. But absurd questions are simply waste of time. And we don't condemn following. We don't condemn surrender. We don't condemn faith, trust. But it should not be blind. It should be backed up by sound knowledge. Real knowledge. Surrender by intelligence. Don't surrender your intelligence. This Krishna consciousness is also called Buddhi Yoga. It's a yoga of intelligence, not yoga of blind following or yoga full of ignorance. So, okay, another point here in the shloka is that the Lord is very anxious to get us back, to bring us back home, back to Godhead. That is His kindness. Krishna understands that here in the material world, we're simply suffering. Although we think that, oh, we're enjoying so much because there's no Krishna here. Yes, I can be Krishna. Actually, this mentality is the cause of all my suffering. We're constantly battling. We're creating karma by our unlawful sense gratification, and then we're suffering the karma and complaining. Oh, why this happened to me? Oh. So Krishna wants to pull us out from this entanglement of dualities. He wants us to come onto the transcendental platform. Transcendental platform means everything for Krishna. Even if I'm happy, let me be happy in such a way that I can increase my service. And if I'm sad, good, let it be a time for my introspection. Let me reflect on my service, how I can improve. Let me contemplate the material life. If we have some distress, it's a great opportunity to meditate on the temporary nature of this material existence. At that time, you are more prone to renunciation. If we experience suffering, we're more inspired to renounce things. That's why sometimes people ask, when we distribute books, they say, oh, how did you come to this? Were you in a depression? Did your parents kick you out? Did your girlfriend leave you? Did your boyfriend leave you? That is why you're taking up this desperate Krishna consciousness movement? Because it can be a cause. One of the devotees who approach Krishna, neophyte devotees who approach Krishna, is a devotee in distress. But it is not 100% that everybody has to come from that group. Krishna consciousness is so nice that it does not depend on any karma, any jnana, any yoga. It simply depends on your genuine desire to serve Krishna and the spiritual master. So, Krishna is very anxious. When will these suffering souls come back to me and enjoy again? That is why He comes here. That is why He gives us Bhagavad Gita Srimad Bhagavatam. That is why he sends his representatives. That is why he sends us the spiritual master when we're ready. Krishna is very kind. But he cannot interfere with our minute independence. So long we're desiring to be bereft of his association, Krishna will not interfere with that. So we should develop the desire to go back home to Krishna. Srila Prabhupada says that most of the people, they do not desire to go back home. They want to stay here. Just like a worm in a stool. If you take him out, he goes back in. Goes back into the stool. He's addicted. He does not understand that the stool is an abominable place. Similarly, although we're getting smashed all the time, we're still attached to this suffering. Maharaj Yudhishthira said that this is the most bewildering thing, that although you're seeing death all around you, just, go and read the news, the daily news. So many soldiers are dying in Ukraine, so many people are dying, murdered, and so on and so on. We still think that I will not die. The bodily conception is so strong because the body will stay. Yes, the body never dies. The energy of the body never dies. The spirit soul, you leave this situation, but the body stays here. And that energy is transformed into something else, but is never lost. This is where the misidentification comes from. We're so much identified with the body, we identify with the material energy, and then we think that, I'm safe. Because the material energy is never destroyed. But you are not that material energy. That is your foolishness. You are the spiritual energy, and you're wrongly attached to this material body, material energy. And at the time of death, you'll be forcefully separated. That will create the painful situation. You see? So always remember this. And this is not a place for enjoyment. This is a place of suffering. And Krishna is trying to get us back home, back to Godhead. Just like he was very eager for giant Vijay to go back home, back to Godhead, very fast. We should also desire. Then Krishna will be very happy to assist us. Yatamam prapadyante tansatava bhajami aham. As you surrender to Krishna, he will award you accordingly. So if you desire strongly to go back home, back to Krishna, Krishna will also give you as much assistance as possible so you can reach there. Okay, so I'll stop here. Are there any questions? Both on YouTube and Facebook. Yes?
Is blue? Is that blonde?
Blue is okay.
You just said that this is the place for suffering.
Yes.
Is that also for devotees?
Well, not pure devotees, but so long you identify with the body, yes, you must suffer to that extent. There are different grades of devotees.
Different grades?
Yeah, different classes of devotees. Someone is a liberated devotee, And someone is a neophyte who's still identifying with the body. So the more we advance in Krishna consciousness, the less we suffer. Yeah, but we can't expect immediately to be liberated.
The mic is not showing up.
Mike?
Yeah, it's not showing. Oh, okay, maybe it is. Sorry. Okay, I have another question. Is it possible that you're following the orders of the spiritual master, but you're not satisfying him?
Yes. Look at so many devotees there, serving and doing all kinds of services, but then, it's possible. Actually, there is not following. It externally appears that they follow, but actually they don't follow. Because, as I said, the rules and regulations are meant to satisfy the spiritual master. That is the only sole purpose of the rules and regulations. So it's not possible. Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you follow, it's synonymous. If you follow the instruction of the Guru, then he'll be satisfied.
But what if you are following the rules and regulations and you're following his instructions, but you're not Krishna conscious, or you're doing it with a bad mood, like, I have to do this one, like that? Mm-hmm. Is that still satisfactory?
No. Krishna wants to see the attitude. Not just the service, but the attitude. He says, if one offers me with love and devotion, leaf, water, fruit, flower, then I will accept it. This is the fifth ingredient. Leaf, water, fruit, flower, and love. Without love, Krishna will not accept it. So, of course, in the beginning, we have no love. Love means, if you want to say love means, just like your name, Krishna Prema. That is love. Anything below that is not love. But we're trying to come to that position. So from that point of view, that sincere endeavor to develop love for Krishna is also love. Yes. Otherwise we'll be finished. But if we don't feel enthused in our service, then Prabhupada gives all the instruction here, as we read in the purport. Submission and inquiries. Increase your submission, increase your inquiries. Don't just increase your submission. Let me do more service. No, increase your inquiry also. And, if you just inquiring, but you're not submitting, you're not doing your service, that is also bad. Like someone might say, I don't feel enthused about my service, so I will stop the service. No. Continue doing service, but inquire how to do it nicely. Because if you give up the service, you cannot give up service. You must serve something. So as soon as you give up that service, you must serve Maya. That is not a solution. Okay?
Okay.
More questions?
There's nothing on
YouTube. But Maitreya asked. And Anjali.
Sorry, I didn't see Maitreya have this question.
I see it. There is no loss or diminution, but we have heard that when there are offenses, one loses taste and knowledge, like Maharaj Bharat. So isn't that loss or diminution? Well, Maharaj Bharat, ultimately got an opportunity to go back home, back to Godhead. Yes, he became a deer, but due to his previous sincere service, he became Jada Bharat and then became a pure devotee. So there was no loss or diminution of his sincere service. That was not lost. Although he became diverted for some time, that service was never lost. So if you're chanting attentively your rounds, Hare Krishna, rest assured, this is never lost. Okay, we have moods, and I don't feel enthused about my service either, many times. I have to battle with my body and my mind and other living entities, and so many things. But as long as we at least one time serve sincerely, that will never be lost, and you will continue from that point. Okay. Anjali is asking, when we travel to different countries, can we eat at the restaurants if there is no other choice, or is there a way to avoid? Prabhupada says that you can do in a restaurant at a time of emergency, but you must purchase the food, because if you purchase, it becomes purified, and you should be vegetarian, and you should offer in your mind. You should offer the food to Krishna. So that can be done at the time of emergency. Yes?
I have two questions.
Yes?
So the first question is...
You should speak on the mic, yeah.
So the first question is that, are you mentioning how this competition is good in devotional service, but why is it good if... because it seems like it would alter the Pratishta Bija.
The Pratishta Bija is there, whether you compete or not. When you compete for Krishna, that Pratishta Bija is purified, because you want to become distinguished as a devotee. You see? Prabhupada, he says, to be famous as a devotee, that is a real fame. And to be famous for anything else than being a devotee, that is actually infamy. You see, so similarly, to be distinguished as, Hamsini, she has done the best prasadam. This is not some pratishta, actually. This is not pratishta. This is a genuine spiritual pride. Prabhupada, they were asking Prabhupada, they were playing devil's advocate with Prabhupada. They said that the scientists, they're very humble, because they never say we have the absolute truth. They say we always scientifically question everything, and we don't agree to one thing that is the absolute truth. If there's a new evidence, we're willing to adjust the truth. So Prabhupada, he said, yes, you are a dog, so you should be humble. Dogs should be humble. But I'm not a dog. I'm proud of Krishna. Not I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of Krishna. I'm proud of the spiritual master. And yes, I'm proud that I've followed the instruction of the spiritual master. That is good. You're proud of yourself. That is healthy. It's like even in modern psychology, right? They teach self-love, positivity, like talk to yourself that you're a good person, like that. If you just say, I'm a mudha, I'm a nonsense, you can end up committing suicide. So, yes, we're not, the difference is our self-love means that we know what the self is, part and parcel of Krishna. And because it's part and parcel of Krishna, it should serve Krishna. He should serve Krishna, the spirit soul. And when he's serving Krishna, he's not serving himself. You follow this? It's not a false pride. False pride, it becomes, okay, Prabhupada also, I forgot to mention that. He says that what is the material competition? Material competition means that you're cooking for Krishna, I'm cooking for Krishna, but you're cooking better, so I come to your kitchen and I put stool in your pot. That is mundane. Why? Because you're going to offer stool to Krishna. You see? So I'm not a devotee. A devotee would never do this. A devotee would never harm Krishna just to, render his service. So that you can see also Srila Prabhupada, he condemned his godbrothers because they were trying to disturb his preaching. If they were genuine Vaishnavas, they would be pleased. The name of Krishna, the glory of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur is now being spread all over the world. Jai. I didn't do it, but who cares? Prabhupada did it, Bhaktivedanta Swami did it. So Jai. Let's glorify him because in this way we are also glorified because we're a disciple of the same spiritual master. But they didn't like it. They said, they would minimize and they would interfere and would try to steal his disciples, steal the credit, and so many other things. So that's why, one of the conversations is someone challenged that if Lord Chaitanya wanted his name to be spread all over the world, he would have done it himself. And Prabhupada says, yeah, he didn't do it because he wanted his devotee to take the credit. He's so kind that he wants his devotee to be glorified instead of him. So that is genuine fame or genuine distinction. Okay? Does it make sense? Okay.
Can I ask a follow-up?
Yes, yes.
So, for example, if we're distributing books and other devotees, they get upset that we're distributing books and they tell us we have to move spots because we're too close to them. Like you're saying that they're not devotees because they're getting upset even though we're trying to serve the same spiritual master.
No, if you're disturbing their sales, then you're the nonsense. You should be considerate. The point is to distribute as many books as possible. Doesn't matter. If you distribute one book and I distribute 1 million books, you should be joyful. Yes, great. Because Purujit is on my team. We're all serving Krishna together. And similarly, if you distribute 1 trillion books and I don't distribute a single book, I'm still going to glorify you. Because that's what I wanted to do. I could not do because I'm a nonsense. I didn't know how to do it. But you are able to do it, so Jai. And please guide me how I can also do so many books. You become my guru. That is it, that's what they were supposed to do, these godbrothers. They should have come to Prabhupada and asked for guidance. But they were puffed up. Oh, I joined before this bhakti, Pachagrihasta, Rotan Grihasta. That's how they call Prabhupada. Pachagrihasta. I'm also going to call you like that if you don't serve Krishna. Yes, so that is envy. That is mundane. That is not spiritual. Okay.
So, can I just ask on this? So to understand, so one can be like, the prasadam analogy, like one can actually be like not proud that, oh, I made the best prasadam, I made the best prasadam, or I made I don't understand it. How is it not mundane?
Because the prasadam is enjoyed by the devotees.
let's say when we're offering prasadam, someone said.
Yeah, everybody's gonna eat that prasadam. If it's nicely done, deliciously done, everybody's gonna eat that.
But let's say when we offer prasadam, we're supposed to think, oh, Krishna, somehow or other, I gather these ingredients, it's not worth anything, take it, please accept, right? That's how one should think, right? When
Yes.
offering to Krishna.
Yes?
So why then he should think at any point that, oh, now this is offerable to the Lord, or like I did a good job, or I did.
No, he's not thinking like that. He's confident that Krishna is gonna take it because that devotee has followed the orders of the spiritual master. If he's thinking that, oh, I have cooked something really useless, then why is he offering it to Krishna? There must be a little confidence, a little faith that what you're doing is correct. If you don't have faith that what you're doing is pleasing to Krishna, then you should rectify it. Why are you offering it? Why are you disturbing Krishna? Neha says, as we are in the material world, we have material needs, so this is the reason why it becomes difficult. Envious is dominate, false ego plays important role. Yeah. Exactly. False ego plays important role, unfortunately. Alright, thank you so much. Krantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanandi. Hari 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 Bol. Namaste Paraya Krishna Vastaya Bhutari Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Swaminindana Namaste Saraswati Gaurvani Brajari Nani Vishishurna Maribhachardi Tarine